Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's Facebook Live. Why women should not be cleaning their homes. Now, that may be a controversial question, but I want to explain why. And I'm going to start with this. My first career was working as a hairdresser, and I worked around all these toxic chemicals every day. And actually, I had a real breakdown of health during this time, and I knew that it was directly related to what I was inhaling and absorbing into my body. And part of my regimen and being able to detox and heal was eliminating these products and using toxic-free ones instead. So, I know that as women, to keep our homes clean requires an array of different cleaners and cleaners for the kitchen, cleaners for the bathrooms, air fresheners. We want them to smell good. We wash our clothes. We want to keep things clean. However, we want to make sure that we're not using the things that are toxic. And that is where we run into problems. Now, Organic Consumers Association reported that in the year 2000, 10% of the toxic exposures that were called into the Poison Control Center were actually from cleaners. And most of these actually from children 6 and under. You know, they're the ones consuming these toxic chemicals. And that's really sad. So it was noted in another study that, and this was a 15-year study actually, that 54% of the women that cleaned their homes had a higher cancer rate than those who did not. So I like to tell women, especially here, is that you have two choices. Either don't clean your home, or don't clean your home with toxic cleaners. That's really, really important. So some cleaners may cause minor skin irritation, respiratory irritation. Some of them are downright carcinogenic and poisonous. And we really need to be careful with that because we're inhaling them. We're, coming in contact with these through our skin, and we need to be very careful of these. But the things that people don't realize are sometimes the long-term results, because sometimes they can damage the brain and the nervous system. They can disrupt our hormones. They can cause estrogen sensitive breast cancer cells, and they can actually create life-threatening challenges for children. And that's where it gets really sad. Sometimes we don't really understand the effects of these cleaners and what they can really do, or these chemicals that are in so many of the products that we absorb and use on a daily basis. So we really just need to be more careful on what we are using and make sure that we are consuming better things. So I just want to suggest a few things that you might want to consider. First of all, avoid chemical cleaners if at all possible. And next, just even if you are using chemical cleaners, make sure put on a face mask, wear rubber gloves. Next, when using paints and other types of chemical cleaners, make sure that you're in rooms where good ventilation is. Of course, the face mask, the rubber gloves, clothing that will cover your skin so you're not absorbing all those toxins in your skin. And then, last but not least, and this is the best part, is create some toxic-free cleaners. And many of them are very, very simple to make. And the best part about them, you can use essential oils, and they are super, super inexpensive when you do it with essential oils. So actually I have a free resource that I can share with you today that I want you to grab. It's got several recipes for the home, in the kitchen, in the bathroom, for air freshenings, for even for laundry. There's so many great cleaners that you can use that are toxic free. They're safe for your environment. They're safe for your family. And they are very inexpensive to make. And not only that, they're simple to make too. It's not like there's a lot of time involved in these. These are simple and they'll make a huge difference. Now, the first question people ask me is, I can agree that toxic cleaners are probably good, but are they effective? Well, yes, and let me share one example with you. So we had a Chihuahua for 10 years. She was the sweetest thing. She became part of the family like most animals do. So right after her 10th birthday, we noticed was developing a little a lump right in her groin. And of course we took her to the vet, we checked it out. The little lump grew bigger. We talked about the options, and the vet actually suggested, of course, surgery, removal of it. She was a very, very small dog, a Chihuahua, only 6 to 7 pounds. So at one point I just point blank asked the vet, what's her chance for a normal life after this? And she actually stuttered and said, I can't even guarantee that she would even have a normal life if she survives. So we were really sad, but we decided that it's really best to let her live out her life naturally and just keep her comfortable. So there were many tender moments along the way. We just love this little dog. But